Hi everyone, my name is Callie Buckley, and today I'll be reviewing The Zodiac starring Robert Downey Jr. and Jake Gyllenhaal. This movie is about 2 hours and 37 minutes long, and this is my first time watching it, and I'm very excited to review it and tell you guys what I think. And from this movie, I learned 3 key reporting lessons, which was be persistent, keep your documents, especially for future use, and then also verifying the credibility of your source through other people, whether it's family members, colleagues, or even just like by reputation. And in the movie, in the beginning, keeping your documents like all in one place was very important because Robert Downey Jr.'s character, Avery, he kept every file and like case report and every detail, every evidence of Zodiac's cases in a big binder, which was very, very important because he was going to use it for future articles, as this case was about 7 years long, which is really long, and it was a very big case, especially on the West Coast in California. And so I just found it very important to do that because he later lost it as his career took a downfall. And Gray Smith, who is Jake Gyllenhaal's character, he had to pick up the pieces and go through and kind of just go through again and try to find everything in order to build a case, which leads to the middle of the movie where Gray Smith, he basically has to go and verify all the sources that Robert Downey Jr.'s character had and like all the files and everything. And with this, him and the police did this, which was building credibility for their sources by interviewing family members, colleagues, friends, anyone honestly who could give their unbiased opinion about the person, especially because the police stumbled upon Josh Allen, who was the Zodiac. His old colleague actually called in a tip about him potentially being the Zodiac, as he's made these past threats that the Zodiac has made in the past, and they kind of had to go back and view his family and interview his friends to see if he's credible and if his tip was honestly valid. And then in the end of the movie, a lesson I learned was that to be very persistent, because Gray Smith basically had to start from scratch, like I mentioned earlier. And with that, he was very persistent because most people would have just given up because he lost all the case files and he didn't know the sources as much as, or the case as well as Robert Downey Jr.'s character. So he was very persistent, and it took him over 1.5 years to rebuild the case and try to see where the police and him could have a big break from it. And yeah, that is the lessons I learned. And then a quote that I had from the movie was that man is the most dangerous animal of all. And I honestly really liked it, and it really resonated with me because honestly it's very correct and very current with today's people, especially in the journalism world, because a lot of people would do whatever they wanted to hide something or get a story cut. And I feel like as a journalist, it's very important to know that your worst enemy are other people, because other people will try to tear down your stories. And I think it's a great thing to keep in mind as me and my peers continue in our journalistic careers. And then overall, I would give this movie a 10 oranges because it was really good, and I'm really bad with movies, so this one was actually kept me like very in tune with it, and I didn't zone out. And it honestly didn't feel super long, like it sounds super long, but it really wasn't. And I really loved like the characters and like how real it felt when I watched it. And yeah, thank you for listening.